Hey, it's Tuesday, tea time with Dorina, and I want to welcome all those that will be watching for the first time and those that will be watching the replay. We are late tonight, so hey, we made it. So let me show you. I wanted to show you um, my little pumpkin that oh my goodness, I got so caught up in her that come on, all y'all grandmas, let me give that shout out to the grandmas. All y'all grandmas, y'all know how we are with our grandbabies. And so I had this child, and she absolutely made me forget about Tuesday tea time. So don't tell me that's not a beauty right there, boy. I'm telling you, yes. And so I started to have her, isn't that funny, as my guest tonight. And oh my goodness, yes, Grandma Nina enjoyed herself with her little pumpkin tonight. Okay, so I always share with you my tea that I'm drinking, and I decided, I put like a kind of a tea concoction together that's pretty healthy, and I have green tea, which I'm not a real plain classic green tea person, but I have cinnamon in my green tea. Now, store-bought cinnamon does not have the same effect as the cinnamon that I have. I have the freshly ground cinnamon that you get out of the natural store. And so that type of cinnamon has so many benefits that it one of the benefits that I wanted to share with you tonight is that it helps with memory. So it fires up the neurons in your brains and it helps with memory. So we need that. Okay. And so then I put a little lemon in it because lemon is good for you as well. And of course, with all of that, you have to put some honey in it. I mean, that's just me. So here we go. I hope that you have your beverages with you tonight and you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. I have my butterfly cup. So I give a shout out to my another daughter-in-law, Jeanette, and her sister Angela. Thank you for my butterfly. It's got the little saucer to it too. I know y'all, I done shared this with y'all once before, but it's also another one of my favorites. It is what it is. So tea time. You can taste the lemon and the cinnamon and the honey. This is good. I know you probably thinking the cinnamon in it. Yes, she needs some so she can remember when she's supposed to do Tuesday tea time. But let me tell you, if you got a little pumpkin like I have, she will cause you to forget. All right. So tonight, I told you last week, I was going to talk about emotions, but I really felt impressed tonight to do the topic caterpillar to butterfly so that those that know about it, this would be like a refresher to you, and those that don't really know about the caterpillar to butterfly process or transformation, this will be a learning experience for you. Okay. So I wanted to share with you this quote because I like quotes, and then we're going to get into the four stages of the butterfly. And this is a metaphor of what life transformation or the process of transformation is for us. So you can relate to that and kind of help you with this quote that I'm getting ready to share with you. It says, just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, she became a butterfly. Okay. So, you know what? Sometimes we're at the end of our ropes and we just, like, I mean, how much more can I put up with? And then we don't realize that the things that we're going through is causing us to be strong enough to flap our wings and even cut through the chrysalis, which moths are in butterflies, but moths are in cocoons, butterflies are in chrysalis. Okay. And you know our wings have to be strong enough to cut through the chrysalis. That's what gives us strength. That's what helps us to be able to fly and do our next assignment. Okay. Because you got to be strong enough to follow through to your next assignment and accomplish that. As you get stronger, then you'll be ready to move on to the next thing and the next thing. And that's just kind of how it is. So, anyway, the fourth process is first the egg, and then you have the larva, which is the caterpillar. Then you have what is called the pupa, Pupa, which is the chrysalis. And then you have the adult butterfly. Okay, so going through this transformation with the egg, the female butterfly lays the egg on usually a milk plant or something like that. And then what when the larva, when the egg hatches, the first thing that the baby caterpillar does is it eats the shell. Now, when it eats the shell has the nutritional value in it to help them grow into this caterpillar. Okay. And so, the beginning of whatever we're dealing with, when we're transforming and through the process of going through level to levels in life, the key is to be hungry to learn, research all the things that you want to do in life. Even if it's just getting married, research what that's like. Find out information that will help you and give you wisdom to know what to expect, what not to expect, and how to argue properly, because there's going to be some intense fellowship. You can't change that. But arguing properly is healthy. Okay. And you do need to learn how to do that when you're going into a marriage. So things like that, whether it's a career or anything, find out as much information as possible. Even going into a relationship with someone, find out as much as you can about that person before you allow your emotions to be attached to that person. That way you have a clear mind of what you're getting yourself into, and then you're not being, you don't end up looking for what you want instead of seeing it for what it really is. Come on, that was good. Okay, so the egg, the caterpillar, eats its shell and it eats the leaf that it was born on. So at this point, the caterpillar is just the main purpose or in life for the caterpillar is to eat, 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 and grow, grow, grow. Okay, so even through that, there's like 4 to 5 what they call molting stages where they grow out of their shell. And so these are things that we're going to grow out of through the process. So what happens is the shell is kind of like a hard cuticle. And so the caterpillar gets so big that they have to actually pull themselves out of this shell. And so as we grow, things compel us or kind of pushes us forward to grow uh, and learn more and stretching us. That's the good word that I'm looking for. It stretches us out of our comfort zone. You know, you done learn all you need to learn at that stage, and it's time to learn more in another area. And so they go through that about 4 to 5 times. And so this will help you understand, you know, in a as a metaphor, kind of the things that we go through. So then you can kind of look at this as, you know, the caterpillar thought the world was over and then she became a butterfly. You know, apply and embrace the changes that you go through in life, because you're going to go through changes. That's just the natural thing of life. You want to go through them with wisdom. You don't want to fight against it. Now, those that have had babies, you know your own self. When you fight against those contractions, all it does is make the labor lasts longer. And quick story, look like I'm not gonna get through all of this in time, but you know, one time my sister-in-law, shout out to, we call her Lady Boo, today's her birthday, happy birthday lady. And she was in the room when I was having one of my kids. And you know, we have 8, and uh I can't remember, you know, I can explain all that at another time. But anyway, she was in the room and she was saying, you know, she used to call me Dodo. That was her nickname for me, you know, not because, don't be thinking nothing, because it was more of a sweet thing than anything. So let's not go there. But anyway, she would say, you got to work with the contractions, you know. And I, you know, I'm the one on the table, and I'm like, you're not the one on I'm the one on the table. That's easy for you to say, but you know, those that been there, you know what I'm talking about. But she was right about that. You have to work with the transformations. You got to work with the process that you're going through, you know, and not resist the change, but embrace the change and go through it with wisdom so that you're not prolonging the struggle, because that's exactly, you know, it's going to stay a struggle because you don't want to go through it. You're trying to find the easy way to deal with it. Life don't work like that. You have to climb on the rough side of the mountain. We talked about that before. Okay, so that's kind of how it is with the egg, and then the larva, the caterpillar. And then once oh, you know, let me tell you, once the last mulching, which is about 4 or 5 times, like I said, it forms a chrysalis, and it's almost like it digests itself, and it becomes liquefied. And like I told you once before, in a container, you know, there are certain cells that are kept in the container to reform once the butterfly reforms, like the eye, the genital determination, the legs and things like that. But the breaking down, it melts down. So the caterpillar loses all that it was. Okay. So at this point, you are maturing and you are growing out of the baby stages of life and the tantrums and things like that. And sometimes, when we're growing out of that kind of stuff, it gets a little, ugly. And we do, throw tantrums because we don't want to change. And but once you embrace that and just kind of learn to flow with it, then you'll begin to start thinking different. This is where your mindset starts to change. And your emotions are just, they're all over the place. And that's the reason why last week we talked about it's very important that you protect yourself and who you hang around. So we're going to finish this next week, because I want to really get into a little bit more details about the transformation, and let you know that this is actually a program that we're going to be coming up with. It's called Caterpillar to Butterfly program, and having a curriculum and all this kind of stuff. But learning about this process will help you go through your own personal process. All right. So I want to thank you for joining me tonight with Tuesday Tea Time. We do have a mother-daughter blast coming up, which has been extended until 2024, and we'll have some more information about that at a later time. So remember to, as I always say, Dorena loves you, and walk in wisdom. Have a great night, and don't let the bed bug bite, right? That's the negative things in life. All right. Keep your focus. Good night.